best budget phone out this year.
CMF Phone 2 Pro. Search now on Flipkart.
हीरो एक्सट्रीम 250 यार चलानी है तो थम्स अप स्कैन करो। जो भी थंडर व्हील्स चलाएगा सुपर तूफानी बन जाएगा।
राहुल तेरी वजह से पूरा प्लान कैंसिल हो गया। रहने दे।
सुन, बडीज के साथ क्रिकेट स्क्रीनिंग का प्लान बनना फास्ट, सेम प्लान कैंसिल होना उससे भी फास्ट। उसी क्रिकेट मैच के स्कोर अपडेट्स ESPN क्रिक इन्फो पे मिलना सुपर फास्ट। सुपर फास्ट स्कोर अपडेट्स के साथ और भी बहुत कुछ मिलेगा।
For fast scores and a lot more, download the ESPN Crick Info app now.
A final 41 years in the making. It happened at the World Championship of Cricket. It's happened at the T20 World Cup. It was just not happening at the Asia Cup. That changes today. India and Pakistan in the final of the 2025 Asia Cup. At last and for the third time in this tournament. And we build up to it on CMF by Nothing presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout, powered by Thumbs Up. As I welcome and thumbs up to Aakash, Chopra and Varun Aaron. This is also what the ACC is saying right now. Finally, we've got it. This very unique format of 4 teams split into 2, and then we have Super 4s and then the final. It still didn't happen to this day, but now it has happened. So, sir, thumbs up. You must be very happy.
No, I'm delighted actually because this is broadcasters' delight.
Content creators' delight.
All this while the whole thing was a group of death where India and Pakistan would never feature. It was always the other teams who had to struggle and get to the next round. But somehow India-Pakistan didn't happen till now. But 2025, I keep repeating myself that it's the year of the first. So India-Pakistan finals. Asia Cup.
What a tournament to have it, where it's been overshadowed perhaps by all the political undercurrents, to shake or not to shake, and all the following gestures and responses, ICC fines, even the referees become headlines. I mean, it's in a way, with all the important things put into perspective, it's peak theatre. India,
it
Pakistan,
is peak
and
theatre, and theatres are actually booked out to watch this game. So it's just one of those games where the narrative has shifted from the first game to this game because everybody really wants to watch this game, and I think it's going to be a good game. I hope it's a good game, and I hope it's a game that lives up to the build-up, lives up to the expectations.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard even what Surya has to say about the rivalry. And there's been a lot of confident chat from India. It has to translate into performance. Otherwise, I'm not sure how much the Indian fans will say, wow, we beat them twice in the tournament and lost. 2-1 is not okay. I'll tell you which 2-1 is okay. I've got 2 Indian guests here, but we must have a Pakistan voice. And back home in more ways than one. And back on ESPN Crick Info, Dr. Urooj Mumtaz, welcome back to ESPN Crick Info. Nice to see you, Urooj.
Thanks, Raunak. It's lovely to be back. I almost feel like I'm at home. In again 2 ways, here and at your show.
I must first ask you to just take us through. You were at the Asia Cup in Dubai, through all this that we're talking about, and what the kind of emotion and undercurrents were. Somewhere I'm sure it wasn't easy or it wasn't pleasant. Somehow I still feel like it seems to have gotten a little bit better as we approach round 3 of this bout.
Yeah, I think round 3 hopefully is played with the cricket in mind and keeping that essence alive. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It was a bit of a roller coaster in terms of trying to keep emotions in check. As a broadcaster, you want to do your job, but somewhere along the lines, being a Pakistani cricketer, you don't want to sort of be too critical of your own side and maybe not praise the opposition too much. But then the broadcaster, you reel yourself in and obviously call the game for what it is. But yeah, it's I think the drama around on and off the field in the first 2 rounds, it just builds up. Hopefully, like we just heard, that for an exciting game of cricket, and the drama stays aside. But yeah, it was quite entertaining trying to broadcast on the game and watch and almost try and predict what might happen next, whether it was bat or ball, a little bit of a chirp and argy-bargy on the field.
Oh my, we'll ask that question to see what can we expect now with Shahinvi, Abhishek, round 3 and all the other mini battles within this contest. Big news, India won the toss. They're going to bowl first. We might have some significant team news, but I'll wait for confirmation on that. For starters, your reaction to Surya wanting to bowl in the final?
See, I was of the opinion that Pakistan's best chance of beating India in this tournament is to actually bat first.
Really?
Bat first, score runs, and then put India under pressure. There is no due whatsoever. See, there is no due. There is reverse swing now. There is a swing with the new ball on display, and it's an outfield where the ball doesn't really run to the fence. It is a very heavy outfield. So if you have 160 on the board, you can actually really challenge India. And of course, if Abhishek and Gill take it away. But then this is perhaps the best chance. But the problem I think with the Surya is that Hardik's unavailability, and that also ties his hands, where if you're going in with only 4 proper bowlers, then you can't possibly, defend. You need to bat second. There is no other option that you've allowed yourself to exercise.
So let's club that with the news which we can confirm that Hardik Pandya misses the final of the Asia Cup, and Rinku Singh comes
Plays,
in.
yes.
No Arshdeep. Otherwise, the other changes were expected. Dubey's back, Bumrah's back. But do you sense this decision to bowl first is tied to Hardik Pandya's absence?
This is great news for Pakistan, because Hardik Pandya, historically, I think he's the all-time highest wicket taker against Pakistan in T20s for India. That's great news for Pakistan. But the flip side of this is obviously, from an Indian perspective, who's going to bowl that second over after Bumrah? We were all discussing how India were using Bumrah 3 overs in the power play. They're going to have to really dig deep and see how they're going to use Bumrah now. So there are so many different variables suddenly thrown at Suryakumar Yadav, the captain, just at the final.
Do you agree with Aakash though that Pakistan's best chance is to bat first?
Yes, their best chance is to bat first, but India had no other option but to choose to bowl first.
Let's get
I agree with him, but just going by what Surya has done, that's the best he could do considering he won the toss, because they don't have a well-settled bowling unit.
All right. I wonder what Urooj makes of that for a team that really had to pull out all the resources to defend that incredible score of 130 odd against Bangladesh to make it over here. But Urooj, very interesting that no Hardik Pandya. Aakash and Varun feel like Surya's hand was forced, that he had to win the toss and bowl first. How do you think this plays out from Salman Agha's point of view?
Salman's been a captain who's opted to bat first, and I kind of disagree. I feel Pakistan's best chance is chasing. I tell you why that is, because Pakistan have had their fair share of trouble when not knowing what a first innings score is, what a good score is, and they always have trouble setting a score. Against India, they've batted first times, once put in, one chosen to bat. And you saw out of the power play second game, maybe after 10 overs, they found themselves in almost a sinkhole and kept digging themselves further in. I just find the Dubai service play slightly better. Pakistan knowing what to chase, and now if Shaheen hitting his traps, if they had bowled first, dismiss the openers, and then maybe that's my take on the thing. I think Pakistan would have had a better chance chasing. But Salman Ali Agha probably wouldn't mind this, because he's a captain who likes to set the score, and hopefully that area that they get stuck in now, because they played Jasprit Bumrah very well both games. So again, I think the conversation will become whether they keep attacking the second bowler who takes that new ball and who that will be. I think Pakistan won't be too disappointed with how this toss has gone.
Okay, fair enough. Let's just wait for that official team news to come through and confirm lineups. In the meantime, let's just remind you of what it's like when India play Pakistan in a final of a major tournament. It doesn't happen as often as perhaps a number of content creators like Aakash Chopra would want. But when it has happened in the past, in even the pre-internet days, it made for storytelling for a lifetime. And we go back to Shastri and Shrikant's brilliance, the Audi that was won by the great man who just concluded the toss at Dubai in the World Championship of Cricket. India won that by 8 wickets. The Australasia Cup, famously known for Miyandad versus Chetan Sharma, and the last ball 6. What a thrilling game that was for Pakistan, and a win by 1 wicket. Then we go to 1994, Amir Sohail, excellent on the day, and then Pakistan prevailing by 39 runs. The T20 World Cup, everyone remembers that one, I'm sure. If you're slightly younger, like Varun Aaron is, in comparison to the rest of our panel. Sorry, Urooj, you as well. But yeah, that Joginder to Misbah final over, which had Gambhir, had his stamp on that game, Irfan Pathan too. And Jasprit Bumrah's most infamous no ball came in 2017 to Fakhar Zaman, who then set the platform for a win for Pakistan in the Champions Trophy. Most memorable India-Pakistan final?
Well, for us, of course, I think 2007,
T20,
the T20 World Cup, the inaugural T20 World Cup, where Pakistan almost ran away with the game. It was a game that actually, what Varun was mentioning, lived up to the billing, and went right till that last ball where when the ball was in the air and Srishant was under it, all of us were actually praying under our breath that please hold on to it. That was that. But of course, the last time we met each other, that was quite a one-sided affair in 2017.
Yeah. I mean, I remember at that time we had really no expectations of a 2020 World Cup. We were just taking it in. But it just captivated the nation. In many ways, it could be looked at as a single point turning stone or cornerstone moment for what happened after the IPL and everything else. But Urooj, let me throw it to you as well. Most memorable India-Pakistan finale?
Well, I'm not as young as you might think, so the Miyada 6 for me, remember exactly where it was and how it panned out. Like Aakash just said, the 2017 Champions Trophy final was a one-sided affair. From a game point of view, from a Pakistan fan point of view, yes, that was a big one. But that Miyada 6, it sticks with us.
All right, teams, let's have a look. What's happening in the final? And looks like Rinku Singh is going to do more than field in the Asia Cup final. He is in, Hardik Pandya is out, Dubey returns, that was on expected lines, so too does Bumrah. The absence of Harshit Rana and Arshdeep Singh. They could have chosen to play one more seamer in the absence of Hardik, who's been regularly bowling the first over and has been partnering Bumrah in this tournament, but they've gone with Rinku Singh. Why? Aakash.
Just not enough confidence in the batting is what I think. Because when you look down this batting order, of course, the openers have been outstanding, but Surya hasn't scored as much at number 3 or hasn't always batted at number 3 to begin with. Tilak Verma has looked good, but Sanju has again has been shunted up and down the order. He's got a 50 against Oman, got some runs against Sri Lanka, but at different numbers. Shivam Dube hasn't really set the world on fire. Akshar Patel batting at 7, it just might have felt that he's a spot too high for him, and therefore Rinku Singh ideally. Again, in the finals, I'd rather have a bowler, go with 5 proper bowlers, because traditionally finals are not high scoring games. Traditionally finals are the ones where batters are more cagey and cautious. So have another bowler is what I was thinking, but then not to be.
And in this tournament, it's not like Hardik Pandya, the batter, is what's being missed. Hardik Pandya, the bowler, has had more of an impact. So they would have had this same conversation, right? If we're losing Hardik, we don't have a like for like. Shivam Dube will play anyway. But do we need Hardik? We need the seamer to bowl in the power play more, or do we need the batter in the middle order more? Are you surprised that they've gone with the latter?
I think looking at the team, it's structured around Surya Kumar not being in form. Because if Surya Kumar was in form, we would have seen Arshdeep play instead of Dube for sure. Yes, Rinku coming in makes sense. Rinku or Jitesh, either way makes sense because they need somebody to finish the innings without Hardik being there. But at the end of the day, with the wickets changing towards the back end, there's been a lot of movement. The wickets are getting better. They're not assisting spin the amount they were assisting spin right at the start of the Asia Cup. So I really think India missed a trick there. They should have played Arshdeep Singh, because now who's going to bowl in the power play? Who's going to bowl at the death? There are so many questions.
I'm going to answer them in some time, I hope.
Yeah, we'll get to them.
Yeah, I'll have Urooj also to weigh in on the Indian team and how Pakistan might react to seeing that team sheet where India have gone for one outright seamer and then Shivam Dube. But let's also look at the Pakistan team and see if any surprises come our way from Salman Ali Agha's side. Nope, looks like it's unchanged. So they're happy with the team that got the job done in the crunch games in the Super 4. Urooj, thoughts?
For me, the Hassan Nawaz sitting on the bench didn't make sense then, still doesn't make any sense. I like that they've stuck with Saim Ayub. He's having a real bad patch, but I think give him another go on the final. Fakhar Zaman for me is key, and that middle order that has come to the party, hopefully they're not left with too much and the top order gets the job done. Now, going back to India's side, I think Pakistan will breathe a sigh of relief because Hardik Pandya has had the better of them. And for some reason, he just managed to get under the skin of our openers. And the problem is the Pakistani openers react to that, whereby he wins half the battle. You saw that in both games. So I think Pakistan, Salman Ali Agha and Mike Hesson will get together because they played Kuldeep well the other day. They played Jasprit Bumrah well the other day. Now, who takes the new ball? Now, this ball is almost in India's court with who that new ball bowler will be. I think that Pakistan's chance to set the platform, we're taking on the power play like they've done, and then hopefully accelerate through from there as well. But I think they've gone with the same side. It's got the job done. Maybe just about gotten the job done. Still, Pakistan yet to play the perfect game. And hopefully it comes together for them this evening.
I think even the unbeaten Indian team will admit they are also yet to play the perfect game
yeah.
in some
There is
form.
one change in Pakistan's lineup though. Shaheen is now slated at 7.
That's on our sheet.
Yeah, he used to be at 9 or something. Now he's ahead of Mohammad Nawaz as well.
If Shaheen doesn't get a promotion in that,
the
at least
batting order,
on our show, we'd be doing a grave injustice. I'd like to turn the order around and go straight to answer those questions you all have raised. Who opens the bowling for India? It almost seems like it's a key aspect of how this game might be decided now that Pakistan are batting first.
I think it's going to be Bumrah and Akshar. That's my bet, because Akshar is somebody who can bowl with the new ball to a lefty or to a righty. Righty obviously bowls really well. To the lefty also, he has a really good arm ball which can leave the lefty. So my guess is it's going to be Bumrah. Not ideally, but Bumrah and Akshar, because that's the choices India has.
This 3 overs Bumrah commitment seems to be likely.
They can't do it today.
Not anymore.
They can't do it today.
I mean, you can't. It's a simple thing.
So you're going to get 2 overs of Bumrah, and you have to have Akshar bowl more than 1 over, 2 overs at least, and bring in maybe Varun for 1 over, which he's been doing.
Yeah. You can't bowl more than 2. In any case, you shouldn't, because see, that's 25% of the game and 75% of Bumrah done. It just does not make sense that where 75% game is left and you're only 25% of Bumrah, your main bowler, has no role to play for 14 overs.
Interesting. Urooj, break this down in terms of how Pakistan's openers might look to play the power play here, which at times against India has also been their undoing. At times have actually played well for the first half, and it's where the spinners come in where it's changed. Now that they know that India have limitations with their bowling, how does that affect how Sahibzada Farhan or a Fakhar Zaman decide to start this innings?
I don't think Sahibzada or Fakhar or Sam will change their approach. Sometimes, and I've said this before as well, I said the ultra-aggressive style of Pakistan, probably sometimes not even having a look at the first ball and just swinging through the line, comes across as rash, and it probably doesn't dovetail 100% with the skill set that Pakistan have at the moment. But in a game where India is now having to think because of Hardik missing out, and for them trying to do something new, Pakistan should just stick with that. The one thing I'd like to say is just that sometimes, in fact, most of the times, all 3, Saim, Fakhar and Sahibzada, have tried to have a swipe across the line. In Dubai, that doesn't come off, especially if the spinners are bowling. They're very good with their variations of pace, Akshar and Varun both. Just try and hit down the ground. So I don't think they'll shy away from too much from what they've done in that power play. And maybe just throw a bigger counter punch. The second game they did well up until the first 10 overs. And that's where Pakistan had their trouble later on. But I think at this time, it'll be an interesting choice as to who bowls. And hopefully Pakistan doesn't try to throw too many punches and just plays the game out for what it is. Because the surface looked better as the games have gone on. I mean, you saw Sri Lanka chase down 202, tie the game there. So I don't think Pakistan will shy away too much. Just don't want them swiping across the line, which they've done so far often. And we don't want, and Mike Tyson said, we don't want to be 34-3 in every game. Yes, you don't. But you've got to have your batters play slightly more calculated when you take your risks.
Right. Since you mentioned the surface, Urooj, I can just inform everyone here that it's the same pitch as the one that India-Pakistan played both the previous India-Pakistan games on. And Simon Dool and Ravi Shastri say that it looks a little bit slower because of the lack of grass. So I don't know if we might see the 400 runs that we saw in the India-Sri Lanka game. Urooj, you saw a lot of these surfaces very closely for the last couple of weeks. How do you react to what I've just said?
It's a power play game on either side, especially for Pakistan batting first. The hard new Kookaburra ball coming off the surface, value for runs with that hard ball bouncing off the bat as well, and Pakistan will have to capitalize. So yes, this particular surface, Pakistan didn't bat well, so it doesn't give us a fair estimation of how many runs it actually has. But we did see the spinners, when they just controlled that length, the variation of pace was especially very difficult to hit, even if it was a slow one into the surface from the seamers or the spinners just dropping the pace, the ball gripped and turned. So this wasn't the best surface in terms of runs. So Pakistan's, again, setting a target. They'll have to go along seeing and calculate the game as they play it, as opposed to come out with a fixed brief and trying to achieve that one. So, and it's like you said, there's a third game running, but I don't think Pakistan's batted well enough to give us a fair estimation of what a good first inning score might be.
I wonder how you react to hearing how this pitch is, given India's decision of the toss.
See, again, I was of the opinion bat first any which way, because there is no dew. And if pitch is going to get slower as the game progresses, I mean, you can always counter even attacking batting with a lot of spin that you have. There is reverse swing and then there is spin. So at two ends you can actually tie down the opposition. But again, if no Hardik, you're not playing Arshdeep Singh, then you can't possibly bat first and back yourself to defend a total with only 4 frontline bowlers. I mean, this is not ideal. Personally, I would want like a good flat pitch for a final like this. We have seen slowish pitches in the past, not really producing the kind of game that India particularly would want.
Okay, I'm going to spend some time now on the captains. Spotlight is on them, and it's curious that they find themselves in a similar situation, even though Surya Kumar Yadav has been very confident in the way he's conducted himself in this tournament. The runs haven't come though, and it doesn't look like Surya is in. Sometimes he doesn't last long enough in the middle for us to get an idea, but we know it's Surya, he's going to hit it. Does it look like Surya Kumar Yadav is in a slump of form where he's struggling?
It definitely doesn't look like he's in good form. And it's also the slowness of the wickets. I thought today was going to be a wicket where they played was going to be a fast wicket or not a fast wicket, but at least a good wicket where they would play the finals on. But they've gone for a slow wicket today as well. So from the pitch reports, which is not going to suit Surya's game. And even in the previous game, the only 4 he hit was of a faster ball from the spinner. Otherwise, the Sri Lankan bowlers were really slowing it down to Surya. And I think that's what the Pakistani spinners are going to do if he's batting against them. So Surya is obviously, he has struggled historically on wickets which are slower and against bowlers who are bowling slower to him.
This is going to be a conversation for the second half, but it also seems like Surya, when he comes in at 3 and this patchy form he finds himself in, his slowdown affects the rest of the innings also. And when Tilak's entry point then is later, it just doesn't seem like it's as fluent or as well oiled as we expect. Could India change that in the final?
Well, it depends on the kind of total that India is chasing and the kind of start that India gets. If there is Abhishek Sharma at the other end going hammer and tongs, I mean, it allows everybody else to take their time and still have enough overs left to actually chase the total down, whatever it might be. And that's exactly how the last game against Pakistan actually panned out, where 170 odd could have challenged India a lot more, barring that one knock from Abhishek Sharma that just sealed the deal. So let's wait and watch how Pakistan actually bats. If they go past 160, 165, then there is a bigger conversation.
Okay. We'd plug this for the mid-show then, but let's talk Salman Ali Agha, who will have to bat first. Urooj, who's had a dot ball percentage of 51, which is, I think, by some distance the worst in the tournament. Pakistan have had a high percentage of dot balls. They're trying to send him ahead of Mohammad Haris. That is a debatable call in itself. What can Pakistan do here, looking at Salman Ali Agha's predicament?
Yeah, I don't think it's a game where Salman Ali Agha should be promoted just to get back in form. He's not in the best form. He hasn't scored runs. His strike rate is something like 78 in T20 international cricket, even probably similar round in this tournament as well. And it just seems like the tempo completely changes. And what that does is, because he's tried to promote himself up the order, sometimes he's come down, but in the latter few games, he's promoted himself up the order, trying to get some runs. Now, what that does is Mohammad Haris has just floated down, and Pakistan end up wasting and giving their best players the best chance of maximizing their deliveries that they might face. I just feel even if Pakistan is going, Haris can maneuver the strike really well. Salman can keep dropping himself down. We discussed Shaheen Shah Afridi. He gets a few big blows. Nawaz is scoring runs. Fahim is scoring runs. I think this will have to be one of those selfless acts where if the game's going the way it is and Pakistan's got the tempo, Salman should keep slotting himself further down and let the other guys who are striking it get the job done, because he isn't Pakistan's biggest hitter. His biggest asset and attribute is playing spin and maneuvering the strike and rotating strike, which he's also found himself in a bit of a rut, and he hasn't been able to do that. So not only does he chew up dot deliveries, he even slows the momentum down for somebody who's going at the other end. So I think this is one where everybody else who is striking the ball goes above the captain.
All right. Key aspect of the first innings and much improved from the first game, Aakash, to the second. Pakistan against India's spinners. 6 for 60 in 12 overs in the group game. 1 for 64 in 9 overs in the last. And you notice that they had come with a better plan to play Kuldeep and Varun.
Well, to begin with, they'll have left-hand, right-hand combination almost throughout. That's what that was one major change that happened as compared to the first time when these two teams met, like long time ago in this tournament. And then there was a plan. They would step down. not necessarily to hit a 6 every time they step down, but there was an intent, a clear intent that we are going to go after you and then use the depth of the crease quite nicely to hit boundaries and sixes. So there was some amount of pressure that was put on the Indian spinners, and today I actually am feeling that see, earlier with Hardik you could use spinners the way you wanted to. Today might not be that simple and straightforward. You might actually see them in phases where you would have thought, can we actually have 2 more or 3 more of Kuldeep and Varun, say between 12 to the 16th over? But it may actually unfold quite differently this time because there is no Hardik. So you can't really push them deeper into the innings as you could have done with Hardik Pandya being there, and Akshar might just be opening the bowling. So his couple of overs might just go away right at the start.
Akshar, he's got a big role to play here today. That point Aakash makes led to Akshar not bowling much in the last India-Pakistan game. Bowled only the 1 over.
1 over.
That's not
but he actually had a... Yeah. So just take us through that in terms of how this plays out from Pakistan's point of view and how India needs to be smart about how they'll use these 3 spinners today.
India literally don't have options. India can't be smart about too many things. You have to bowl Akshar in the power play. You're going to bowl Bumrah in the power play. I hope they don't bowl Bumrah 3 in the power play today, because if they do, they will not have any options at the death, and they're going to have to pray that Shivam Dube comes off really well the way he came off the last time against Pakistan. So there are obviously
Sorry, if I may just throw this in there, but no sort of points for my boy Dube, who's had this amazing streak to be the new ball bowler and or bowl in the power play and not in the middle overs.
Give him the first over if you want to, honestly speaking. That's the weakest over to bowl.
I mean, Mumbai obviously have a history of producing all-rounders with a golden arm. Dube is one of them who got 2 wickets in the previous game.
Yeah, and he impacted the game,
Yeah,
Dube.
3 over 16,
that third over
wickets,
was expensive. So do you sense India might be saying, right, this is where we show faith in Shivam
Dube's
Dube.
always been one of those tall bowlers who comes in and hits the deck with those cutters, which really works for him. I've not seen Dube at the international stage take the new ball. It'll be a first. I would love to see it, but let's see how that goes. But logic says
middle overs.
Actually, he's going to bowl middle overs.
If he has to bowl, he has to bowl the first over, not the second over, just the first over, and then just get rid of him. Get Bumrah, get Akshar to bowl the third over.
The other thing is Pakistan shouldn't get too excited with the lack of bowling options and try to go too hard at the other bowlers. They should still remain sensible and even-keyed and see where this goes.
I mean, they actually played a good first 10 overs, didn't they? In the last India-Pakistan game. And then suddenly just went completely wrong. Just take us more in detail on what you'd like to see from Pakistan, Urooj, given they've shown improvement, but the batting, if it's fair to say, is still the more vulnerable suit.
Yeah, it's a batting that has let them down pretty much throughout the tournament. They found themselves in places where they've just gotten stuck and the tempo breaks and it's just difficult for them to recover. But the last game, what they did well, like I said earlier, they tried to hit Bumrah down the ground. They tried to hit the spinners down the ground. And when they came down the track, like we just heard that they tried to still rotate strike. It wasn't block or bang when they did jump out of the crease, and they were more brave, if you may call it, to then put the attack onto the spinners as looking to just playing them out. The one thing they did normally where we'll just play Kuldeep out. Whereas I found in second game they took the attack to the bowlers, and the first 10 they played quite magnificently, even out of the power play, where Pakistan has found themselves in trouble. But again, I'll agree with what we've just heard, is that Pakistan cannot get too excited about India having one hand tied behind the back with their changes in bowling and with their options and how they might use them. They still need to see the ball and play it for what their skill attributes are, as opposed to then trying too hard. For instance, if Shivam Dube takes a new ball or Akshar takes a new ball and trying to throw that plan off for India and give away a few wickets.
Taken, Urooj. You said it and it's happened, and I asked that question. Shivam Dube is bowling the first ball in the India-Pakistan Asia Cup final. Who writes these scripts?
I don't. no matter how much I would like to write fiction. Interesting. So at least they've gone for the first over.
I mean, it's a like for like, I guess.
Then he then he has to take a wicket in the first over. I mean, then it will be absolutely ideal.
Dubey has had this amazing winning streak, I believe, right? That stretches back to a long way when India don't really lose with him. But anyway, this is amazing. It perhaps makes this game even more interesting if it was possible. And the fireworks have gone off at Dubai. So the game is underway. I am going to fire up my CMF Phone Pro 2 and just have a look at the forecaster. My CMF Phone 2 Pro is saying that the first inning score will be 150.
I'm going 162.
162. Aakash Chopra is giving Pakistan a bit more in the final.
I'm expecting a slightly a better game.
171.
Oh God, okay.
Varun is giving Pakistan more than that.
I'm just asking.
Is Urooj with us or is Urooj shocked by that from Aakash and Varun? Is Urooj with us? I think we might have just lost Urooj at the final moment. Urooj, are you back with us?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
you
can
are.
hear you.
So I hope you got that. 162 Aakash Chopra, 171 Varun. That puts a smile on the dentist's face.
Right, I'll jump right in the middle of the two Indians. I'll go 168.
168. Wow.
Raunak, yours.
Me? Oh,
Yeah,
you
go
know,
for it.
I have to make you guys look
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
Remember?
Now you have three of us, so it's going to be difficult, right?
Yeah.
It's a difficult job.
So I'm going to give you 2 scores.
Oh,
No, you got to give 1 score.
I haven't played cricket. I'm allowed 2 scores. I'm allowed 2 scores. I'm going to go 125 or 205.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Right?
Extreme.
Exactly that.
He's worked really hard to make us look good.
Yeah, so this is it. Either 125 or 205. That's the final from me. Thank you, Urooj. We'll catch up with you at half time. So too with Varun and Aakash Chopra. Look forward to your company then on CMF by Nothing presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout, powered by Thumbs Up.
Best budget thrown out this year.
CMF Phone 2 Pro. Search now on Flipkart.
हीरो एक्सट्रीम 250 यार चलानी है तो थम्स अप स्कैन करो. जो भी थंडर व्हील्स चलाएगा सुपर तूफानी बन जाएगा.